Let me tell you a tale of Twitch. Good day, internet people. Lena here, and in today's video I'm going to tell you about my story on Twitch so far. But in order to do so, I'm going to have to go back in time a bit to 2012. But before we get into that, make sure to give this video a like and give me a subscribe, and maybe come and join me on Twitch. I do stream on Wednesdays and Sundays, as well as bonus streams wherever I can. Link is in the description below. Back in September 2012, my partner and we were at an anime convention, and a good friend of ours suggested that we start playing a game called Cardfight Vanguard. I say suggested, I mean more he insisted, otherwise
there would be grave consequences.
So this friend of ours bought Jess a trial deck, and I had to buy my own, but hey, it was all good. And we learned to play this game. A month later, we decided to start a YouTube channel based on this silly little game. That channel's name was and is Draw the Trigger. It's still going. We don't post on it that much at the moment because, as has been the way with a game that we've been playing for so many years, there have been points where we have lost interest in playing the game, so we took dips here and there. But the channel still goes and still gains subscribers, and we at this point have, at the time of recording this, over 5,700. But what does this have to do with Twitch, I hear you ask? Well, in September of 2019, a game was released for the Switch in Japan only, but was available to download for anyone who had a necessary account, called Cardfight Vanguard EX. And so we downloaded it, and it was decided that I would start live streaming on Twitch playing Cardfight Vanguard EX. And by the time this video goes up, I will have been live streaming for 7 months. Not all of that time has been spent playing Cardfight Vanguard EX. In fact, very little of that time has been spent playing Cardfight Vanguard EX. The point I'm trying to make is that my experience with starting out on Twitch has been much different to a lot of other people's, so I thought I'd share my thoughts on that. Essentially, without even trying, I had accidentally started Twitch the way that most people should, which is that we had built an audience on YouTube on our Draw the Trigger channel and brought them over, partly thanks to the fact that there was a game available for the people who are our audience to latch on to, and wanted to see us play live, and we could play games against the viewers, and we could do all sorts of fun stuff like that. And so my first 2 or 3 weeks on Twitch, I had very good streams, especially for a niche game with a more specific audience. An average viewer count of as high as 20 on some streams is not to be sniffed at, especially for someone who hasn't been streaming all that long. In fact, my start on Twitch was so strong thanks to that audience that we had brought over from YouTube that I hit affiliate in 9 days. It wasn't all smooth sailing though, because when we had our dip in interest in playing Vanguard, and I wanted to start playing other games, the audience went away. So I went from having September and October of having average of between 15 and 20 viewers per stream, down to in December, an average of 2.5. And so what I had to do was build up my audience once again, and I had to find my own new audience, an audience that would want to stick with me regardless of what I played, be it Vanguard if I wanted to go back to it or anything else. I took to Twitter. I could have taken to Instagram, as I do have a following of over 4,500. However, a lot of that is just people who perv on trans people. Being a trans person on Instagram is not an easy thing. You get a lot of unnecessary messages. So I chose Twitter. Even though my audience was much smaller, I had the help of my wonderful partner, who was able to share and create for me as well. I started by sharing some silly facts while also advertising when I was going live, and slowly but surely an audience began to build back up, thanks in part to staying positive, also to being myself, ensuring that the atmosphere of my streams are nice and chilled and a nice welcoming environment for people to join in with, and doing silly things like having people spend the channel points to insist I stay well hydrated. To the point now where I think that's going to haunt me, and it may well end up on my gravestone. Here lies Lena Collins, Spend 10 rings, stay hydrated. That whole thing of like digging your own grave does me good though, because it means that I can't possibly be dehydrated. I can't forget to have a drink. And yes, of course, all the typical things would apply, you know, stay on a schedule and do all that stuff. Those things are kind of things that you would want to do anyway. The only reason I missed streams was due to illness. And even then I would try and make up for it with extra streams that were on non-standard streaming days. So through a mix of perseverance, lots of retro games, which I will bring back once I can get an HDMI thing that works. And just, as I say, remaining as positive as possible, being open and honest and just chatting even when there's few people to chat to. I now am so lucky to have a wonderful little community growing on Twitch that I can rely on to be there. Most streams, if not all. It's so lovely. Overall, the best advice I could give to anyone who wants to start out on Twitch is to remember that you can't grow on Twitch just by being on Twitch. That's why this YouTube channel is here. It was our other YouTube channel, Draw the Trigger, that helped me to get a good start on Twitch in the first place. Also making use of Twitter, and also in my case to a lesser extent Instagram. You can use Twitter and Instagram if you want to. You can even use TikTok if you so wish. Being on more discoverable platforms is the best way to grow on Twitch. Or Mixer, of course, because whatever streaming service that you use, of course. I say Twitch because that's the one I'm on. I am having the best streams since I started. Now, it's so lovely, to the point where, well, by the time this goes up, I will have just done my first subscriber goal stream, which is where I wore my Asuka cosplay on stream, barreling towards the goal to make me do a 24-hour stream, and I will have to start preparing for that. Little things like that. It's just been so rewarding to push through that time when we had, you know, very few watching, and hopefully it's going to keep growing. Maybe you can join too if you haven't already. I stream at least every Wednesday and Sunday. There can be bonus streams throughout the week, but the best thing to do in order to not miss out is to hit the follow button, hit the bell to get notifications on when I am live. Also, if you enjoyed this video, give it a like and give it a subscribe. More gaming type videos and stuff will be coming soon. I just wanted to have a talk about something a little bit different from the gaming stuff that I've been putting out recently. In the meantime, have a great day. I shall see you next time. Goodbye, internet people. Good news, everyone. We have hit the goal, which means new emote coming soon for everyone. And hang on. You'll see me wearing this soon. Ah, dang it, I've got to style the wig now. Ah, dang it.